Hey riders, welcome to the show. Where are we at? We're in the 10 by 10 bunker, the cube of motivation, dedication, sometimes frustration. Okay, riders, it's Monday. Monday, 11 a.m. this week, and this is the start of the new 6-week series, Countdown to Christmas, over on the OTR Virtual Events Series here on MyWhoosh. Let me just check and make sure everything is looking good here. How am I looking? Little Max Headroom action, Gordon Ramsay. I mean, like, top notch, right? I'll try to keep my profile kind of low pro here. Let's see what we got for riders coming in today, folks. New series. Hopefully people are aware of it. Looks like 16 right now. Just under 4 minutes to go. I'm going to see who we've seen before. We got two Pasquales here. Camille. I know I've seen Camille before. And, this might... Oh, no. Oliver here. I've seen Oliver before. Oliver in real life, Duckwitz. Now, just thinking off the top of my head, does Oliver lead a group ride somewhere? I just got a feeling about that. Not too sure at the moment. It's just simmering away in the back of my brain. Okay, mic levels look good here. Sorry, folks. I've been working on some other stuff this morning. Really cool video. I think you're going to like it. It's doing it with a friend of mine. Just my movie editor I've been using for it. So once in a while, I do edit stuff 3 minutes out, folks. Let's smash this out. Let's go back here first. What are we doing today? This is the official UCI Zurich, Switzerland championship course. 26.9 kilometers long with 466 meters of climbing. This is the one I remember because I did watch this as it was going down, and they had like the team time trial. I think they had 3 riders per team, and there's a wall at the beginning where pretty much all the teams lost one of their riders. It's really steep. It's not like it's a ton of climbing, but some really steep ramps. So let's see how they reflected it here in app. Yeah, so this is called the Christmas Countdown. It's going to be a 6-week series running from November 24th right to December 30th. Just checking the other console module over here, folks. Just over 2 minutes. Let's hope we get some more riders in here. Come on, folks. Jump in. Jump in. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Got 23 now, folks. Nice turnout. I tried to let people know to jump in. So hopefully they can make it. And let's get this going. So we're just doing one lap here. Probably going to be insane. Probably going to see a lot of people drop right at the very beginning. Yeah, this could be a crazy one, folks. But yeah, so minute 38 seconds out. Working on a video. I actually do edit some of my videos, believe it or not. Some are more of my like adventure videos, things like that. So I use an editor that just had a brand new version come out. So now I'm stuck like, well, I'm on a 7-day trial of the new one, but where's my old one? Do I have to buy the new one? Because if so, I'm not buying it. Because it's just minor tweaks and stuff. There should be an activation key. I can't find it. Sometimes on the trial ones, you'll do all this work. You'll edit, and do so. Oh yeah, you're only allowed a 2 gig upload. I wish I knew that before I spent 2 hours cutting, snipping, Plus, I still need to do a full voiceover on top of it. So I'm kind of like, I do not want to put all this time into it and then find out, oh, sorry, you can't even upload it, sir, because we're going to force you to buy the new one. I don't think that's the case, but yeah, it's the only editor I use. Is that true? Is that the only editor I use? I got to think about that for a second. Yeah, I think it is. Pretty sure. Kitty's out there crying. Freezing cold here, folks. Woke up this morning. It hit minus 21 Celsius last night. Even this morning at minus 19, it felt like minus 33 with the wind. It's brutal. It's nasty. 15 seconds out right now, folks. Couple of different forecasts here. Let's just roll on back here through the crowd. Ooh, not bad, not bad, not bad, folks. Dan Jennings is here. Good job, Dan. Oh, wow. 35? Do we have 35 people here? Yes, let's go. Just saw one guy, a couple guys just still sitting in the chute. Are they here? We're going to find out right away, folks. We are going to find out right away. Let's go right over top. Get up in the chopper early today. Wow, instant groups breaking right away, stretched out really hard. Niels Langen at the front pushing 5.5 watts a kilo. Is he going on a solo break today? Is he? I wish I had my Google Maps open because I'd love to follow this. I've been using Google Maps a lot lately. You'll see why in my video. Yeah, so Niels Langen's really stretching this out. We got Cesar Gonzalez there. Dan Jennings at the front, Mirko Foltran, Alistair Gilbert. Great to see him. So here's Mirko. So Mirko and Cesar are at the front. Niels is just going to let off a little bit now. There's 3 riders right out front. Let's see how this is totally strung out. We want that camera. Yeah, that one there. That's a good one. So you can see the riders strung out behind us here. And let's have a little look back too. You can see we're strung out, folks. Okay, so yeah, this is the start 6-week series. Get in here, folks. Most of these series are done. So if it's an 8-week series, 7 of 8. So you're only going to score points in 7 out of the 8 series anyway. So fingers crossed. I hope I'm talking about this correctly. I'm going to guess, I could be totally wrong, that with this being a 6-week series, we might be doing 5 out of 6 weeks. So when you see this video later, I know you're all going to be watching Inside Cycling World. Please support the channel if you can. Consider becoming a member if you really like this stuff. It really is going to help me keep going forward. But what I'm saying is, if it is a 5 out of 6, you can still jump in next week. Because one race week is going to be eliminated for everyone. It's best 5 out of 6. OTR, Veteran Series signs on the side of the row, folks. This is the place to be for excellent racing, top-notch racing over here on MyWhoosh. Bouncing back, folks. Yes, look at the numbers we're getting. Oliver didn't start. David looks like probably a little bit of a late starter here. I got to figure that out too. Okay, you know what? I'm going to start hanging out in the Facebook page more, asking more questions. There must be a little bit of a window to jump into a race. Because it looks like David here, who's riding nice and strong, right at 3 watts a kilo at the moment. To me, he started 2 minutes late at this point. Bouncing up, we got Vasilis Perlikias, Gilu Ferron, TT79, Paulino Casada, Nick Watkins. Pasquale's just ahead of him. Dries Fransen's just ahead of Pasquale. We can just see Moro up the road, who's riding with Juan Ignacio Campos Martini. I'm going to say that. I'm just guessing. I don't see the whole name. Yeah, Martini would be great, wouldn't it? So yeah, we got Moro and Juan Ignacio. Oh, someone just pulled the pin there, folks. Missed that rider. Climb starting already, folks. Climbs starting already. Look at the wall coming up. We're already at 5%. Kevin Frost up ahead. He's getting ready to dig in. He's getting ready to attack. And there's riders just around the corner, folks. Look at them just going around the corner now. 6% gradient here. Yes, this is very similar to the Zurich course. I remember these climbs, the startup. And it was like even some of the really, I don't know, maybe more developed countries, developed teams, they were blowing apart on these climbs too. It was kind of like, what? Really? You think they would have tried to stick together more, but I guess they thought 2 people is good enough versus trying to wait for that third on that climb. It just lose a ton of time. Lee Williams here, 3 watts a kilo at the moment. Guglielmo, God, that's hard for me to say. P.O.T. We're just going to go with P.O.T. for now. Looks like there's 4 of them here. Bernardo Garcia, Camille, who I think Camille was around last week. Oh, Steen Brusgaard. Steen is a total regular here over at MyWhoosh, and especially the OTR events. Great to see Steen again. 12th place at the moment. Up the road, we got Christophe Adam, French rider. We got Primos. Okay, I think we've seen Primos before. Kind of trying to bridge across at the moment. Trying to get up to Paulo Lovat. Let's see. Look at me. I'm leaning to see if I can see around the corner, believe it or not, folks. That's how insane I am. I think I see a bunch there right now. I do. I see Dan Jennings. Little Chris. Hey, Little Chris. Yes. Okay, I forgot to check. I'm pretty sure Little Chris won the last series. Yeah, I'm positive he did. Alistair's right there. What's the gap here? It's a 4-second gap. So just up ahead here, we've got Alistair. Here, we're on Little Chris right now, obviously. We're going to bounce up. Now we're back to Alistair. Let's have a little peek back. We can see where Little Chris is. Yeah, so there's 2 riders back there. That's going to be Little Chris and Dan Jennings. So remember, folks, a lot of these events, it's about consistency. Consistency. Bouncing up, we got Paul Giro. Riding nice here now. Oof, getting into the 7.5%, 8% stuff. It's climbing all the way, folks. Let's bounce up and see what Mirko's taking on. 13.5%. So when I watched the UCI championships, yeah, really good stuff. Time trial bikes going up here. Absolute insanity. Riding up this 13% stuff here. And it's quite rolly after. This is a real heavy course. So Mirko leading the way with a 30-second gap at the moment over Niels and Caesar. Those 2 are just separated by a few meters. Just up the road is Mirko. Let's have a look back from Mirko. He's just getting ready to crest the top. Camera 4, let's have a peek back. We can't see anyone at the moment. We've got Paul riding by himself. Kev Stephen coming up, though, with Alistair. These 2 should work together. Oh, we can see 5 riders on screen now. Kev Stephen, Paul Giro, Alistair Gilbert and Kev Stephen are together. Bouncing up, we got Paul Giro riding solo. And just up ahead, just disappearing off the side of the screen there, we have Caesar and Niels Langen. Jump to them now. Here we go, folks. Let's have a quick look back. Now we're looking back at Paul Giro just coming up the road. And if you just look really carefully, you'll see Kev Stephen and Alistair there. Let's jump onto Alistair here. Riding with Kev Stephen at the moment. You can see Paul Giro just up the road. And then Niels Langen's there. Looks like Caesar's putting a little bit of a time gap into Niels Langen at the moment. Niels Langen, Belgian rider. We got a Spaniard at the front. Mirko, our Italian rider here. Off to the races, folks. On the descent. Maybe that's his whole strategy. Just get up the hill first, bury himself, and then run. Then he's a ghost. No one can see him. Out of sight, out of mind. They won't know what he's doing up there. Fascinating stuff, folks. Let's bounce back to Little Chris here. Ooh, and this is really good here. So, looks like Alistair and Little Chris are closing the gap on Paul and, on Kev and Paul here. So, we could have a nice grouping of 4 here. Maybe they can all work together and start working their way back. Dan Jennings is here too, though, folks. Right in the mix, just sitting ahead of Little Chris here. So we got Little Chris, Dan Jennings, Alistair Gilbert, Kev Stephen. So a little peek back again. You'll see what it looks like. So there's the other 3 riders just coming around the bend right now. Having said that, I need to do something here. Okay, we can just see them. What I'm going to do is move my big skull over. That means we won't miss anything off the edge of the screen now. Bouncing back here, watching Kev Stephen. Let's check the chat out. Chat's very quiet today. Understandable. It's a Monday, folks. Monday, 11 a.m. Most people that would follow the channel, currently, they would be expecting me to come on at noon. So, a little bit of a surprise from later. They can watch the stream later anyways. Let's bounce back through the field. Christoph Adam here. Up over the top. Paolo up over the top. Camille, same thing. They're all there, folks. Primos. Let's see who's still battling the hill. Okay, here we go. Lee is just getting over the top now. He's thankful that's done. Pioti finishing up too. Steen just coming out of the worst of it. Riding with George H here. George H. Swiss rider. Seems familiar to me. Then we got Thomas Simonson here, riding in that 13.5% stuff, like brutal. Imagine this on a time trial bike. Shocking. Pasquale is with Paulino and David Brambilla. Looks like David Cara is just slipping out the back. Actually, he's holding on pretty good here. He's pushing 4 watts a kilo right now. So they should all group up together too. People are just finding their pace, what they want to ride. Juan Ignacio Campos Martinez. It's going to be Martinez, right? Kevin Frost 23rd. We got another Pasquale here, riding with Moro Malatesta. I like that. Pasquale Riccici. Oh, that's good. Riccici. Love it. Dries Francis. I think Dries was right at the very front earlier. Then we got Bernardo Garcia. Nick Watkins. We got Ferrone here. Is it Julio? Julio? There's going to be a weird pronunciation for that, and I'm not good at that, so I apologize for that, Mr. Ferrone. TT79, getting up there, working 2 watts a kilo here. Then we got Merrick. Okay, Merrick's put his foot down, had to dip into the store here to use the bathroom quickly. That's our level 3, and we lost Oliver in the start chute. So let's get back up here, bounce back up through the field, see where these battles are going to happen. So remember, folks, it's always a battle within the battle. Let's let all these graphics catch up. I think I mentioned in the last video, when I bounce from, like, say, far ahead in the field to the back, or from the back to the front, you're going to get that crop in. I think it's trying to figure out where we are on the course and load it all back up. Christoph Adam, see these little jumps? They don't hurt. We got Alistair, Little Chris, and Kev Steven, plus Dan Jennings here, all working together. Virtually like in a team time trial mode here. They're trying to hunt down Paul Giro, who in turn is just hot on Niels Langen's heels here. So Paul is going to be trying to stay away from 4 other riders chasing after him. These two might want to hook up together. Further ahead, we've got Caesar, looking at the map here. Okay, Caesar's here. He's going to be taking a left-hand band coming up. And around that left-hand band, we've got Mirko again, climbing again, folks. Look at this, 8% gradient here. 8% gradient. So Mirko's already disappeared around that corner. Out of sight, out of mind. He's a ghost now. No one knows what he's doing. No one knows what he's up to. How is he riding? We can't see him anymore. Bouncing in the chat. Okay, Steven Cycles here. Yeah, Steven, good to see you. Awesome video, Steven. Love it. Yeah, these are brutal climbs, Steven. I remember watching this on TV, YouTube one weekend, and they did the time trial on here. Like, full-blown time trial bikes. Even the good teams. Like, when I say good, I mean, like, the well-developed teams. Countries that are known for cycling. Let's put it that way. They were struggling. They were blowing apart on these climbs. Just way, like, super tough stuff here. You can see the UCI banners on the road. So, yeah, we got the UCI, the Zurich course. And don't forget, too, we got the esports 3 courses as well. I think that was just kind of slipped out as a release because I went from not seeing it to, like, hey, where did this come from? So what I'm talking about there is if you go on MyWhoosh, go into the worlds. They have one world just called UCI Esports. I think that's what it's called. And there's 3 courses there. Those are the courses that the esports finalists actually rode on to determine the winner. So you get to ride them as well now. I don't think there was a peep mentioned about it. Mirko riding really strong here. Bouncing back to Caesar. Nope, he can't see him. He's a little bit too far. They're on the same straightaway. At this point, Mirko is going to be disappearing again over to the left. So there's a chance he could see him. Niels Langen. Again, more climbing. Oh, look at this, folks. Oh, Paul just put his foot down. Paul put his foot down. He is being chased by 4 other riders. Here they are. We got Dan Jennings, Kev Stevens, Little Chris, and Alistair Gilbert. And there's another pack just behind them. Another pack just behind them here. So we've got these 4 kind of in a group. Looks like Dan's trying to make a little bit of a break here. Is he trying to get away already? He's going to jump. He's going to be passing Paul Giro here pretty quick. Let's just wait right here, and we should see Paul Giro stopped on the side of the road. There was an espresso store on the side of the road, a little shop. He had to go check it out. He's in there right now. I thought I would have seen the one out. Oh, no, we got to come around the corner altogether. So I'm looking at the map right now. 6.2. There he is. He went in for a quick coffee break. Didn't have the 3 cups in the morning like he normally does. So these 4 are all working nicely together here. So we got our 4 here. This is our, I guess, our Great Britain United Kingdom connection. 2 UK riders, Scotsman and Welshman here. bouncing back. So at this point here, this is Christophe Adam from France. We can see those four just up ahead of the road. They're on the same straightaway now. So realistically, we've got like 6 riders in the mix here. This is going to be a nice battle at the end. Camille is really not that far back. I can actually see those 2 groups. Group of 2 ahead and then the group of 4. Up front too, if I look at this carefully here, it looks like Paolo, it's Christophe has just gone over his shoulder, I believe. So Camille's here. He's got Primos with him as well. We've got Lee Williams here. Nice job, dude. Nice job. 12 seconds further back, we got Pioti. Paul Giro, yep, had the mechanical. Coffee mechanical. David Cara coming next. Let's get back to the front here. So with Dan, is Dan just going to grind them down here? They're sitting about even as before. I mean, I don't think the gap's opening right now. They're all riding right at that 2.9, 2.8, 3.1 watts per kilo type range. All watching each other's numbers. We're going to move up. We've got Niels Langen. So Paul Giro was chasing Niels Langen. Now Niels Langen has got a long solo ride ahead, folks. A long solo ride. Cesar Gonzalez, quite a ways up the road now, and Mirko is just on a tear. The beast is out and about. Let's check our little chat out here. Steven wants more spectators. He wants like crowds, 10 people deep. That would be cool. So Mirko's out front, 4 watts per kilo here. Still more climbing. There's this whole top section, so it's kind of flat. Brutal climb, roly-poly all the way. It just never stops here. It's up and down all the way. Big descent, back to the flat finish. From what I remember. We'll soon see what happens. Let's see what's going on way at the back. Cheer some riders on back here. We've got a big turnout today, folks. See those big jumps again? David Carrot. We got the 2 Davids riding together here, side by side. Brothers in arms. Paulino Casado. George H. Steen. Pasquale. Giampaglia. That's not a bad attempt at that one, right? Thomas Simonson. Juan Ignacio Campos Martinez. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Bernardo Garcia. We're still moving back, folks. We got Pasquale. There's 2 Pasquales on board today. Nick Watkins is with Kevin Frost. We got a Moro here. Dries. Ferron. TD79. Merrick. Okay, Merrick's not moving. So we got 29 riders on board. Let's just bounce our way back up. I'll probably do it this way. Yeah, a nice stretch of riders here. 4 of them. I think I see a 5th just up the road. So we're on Moro, Kevin Frost, Nick Watkins, Pasquale, and then it looks like Bernardo is here. Let's have a little peek back. There should be a string of 4 riders chasing him, which there is. Okay, we're on it, folks. We are on it today. Thomas and Juan Ignacio here. More riders just up ahead. We got Pasquale chasing Steen. On the heels of George H. Paulino Casada. Yeah, look at these climbs. 8, 9, 10%. Ugh. Fun stuff. Okay, what's going on up here, folks? Let's see our little group up front. How's Dan Jennings doing now? He was leading the charge up front. Ooh, okay. Paolo. Okay, so where did Paolo come from there? So our front group should be Mirko, Caesar, and Niels. And then we had Dan Jennings, Kev Steven, Little Chris, and wasn't it Lee Williams is there? But it looks like Paolo has just absolutely blown his way up through the field, folks. So he was probably just hanging off the back 5-10 seconds. Just like this. If we go back to Little Chris here now, just have a look back. Here's Christophe Adam. It's all coming back. So, that's what it was. Christophe Adam and Paolo, that was the duo, the pair of riders that were chasing that front 4. So one of them's vaulted past them now. Had the carrot dangling in front of him with 4 riders and is now gone. So Dan was leading that group of 4. He still is. But now that 4, I think, is 5 riders now. We got Lee Williams there, Kev Steven, Little Chris. That was our the Island Off the Coast of Europe coalition. And Christoph Adam is now mixed in that group with them. So there's actually 4 riders still back there. Dan's out front by himself, and Paolo is on a flyer up front. So here's Paolo up front, really attacking the hill. Really attacking the hill. I love this. Good stuff, folks. Nelson Gasper here. Thanks, dude. He says, love the channel. Nelson, introduce yourself. Where are you from? Are you a MyWhoosh rider? Or just a cycling nut like all of us? Let me know something about you. So I got something to work with here, bro. Okay, so Paolo's at the front. So Paolo did vault past those 4 riders, and he was aggressive about it too. 48 seconds ahead, we got Niels Langen, and I mean, Caesar is way up the road, and so is Mirko. They are just flying, folks. I see Caesar's not doing any work right now. Is he on a downhill? Was riding through the park there for a second. Caesar may have had a disconnect here, folks, or has just stepped off his bike. We're not sure at the moment. Hopefully he resumes. Mirko is just flying. See, we're doing that long jump again. That happens. Let's hope. I would expect it to happen here. Draw in. Okay. Now, watch this. This is what I notice a lot when I'm doing this. My machine's probably not powerful enough. Or if we bounce up to Paolo, that's not going to happen. We bounce to Dan Jennings, it's not going to happen. Bounce to Lee Williams, it's not going to happen. There's less to probably draw in. Whereas when those people are far ahead, it's like, hey, where are we? Draws it all in. Yeah, so you can see Paolo and Dan together there up front. I wonder if they're going to work together now. Dan's only 2 seconds off Paolo. Nice job, Dan. I think Dan finished quite high in the last round of the series. I did look at it offhand right now. My brain's just not working very well today. So Paolo is still up here. 2-second lead over Dan Jennings. So what we'll probably do with this one, we're going to probably focus a lot on this group of riders. Remember, when you come and do these races, a lot of new people, well, I don't like to race because, you know, whatever, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't compete with those guys. Guess what? The best battles right now are not first and second. The best battles right now are in this, like, what is going to be like this 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th stuff. There's so many riders here. Okay, so Christoph Adam. Okay, this is interesting now here too. Check this out. So Dan is chasing Paolo. Lee has broken away from them, from that original group that he was in, the 4 of them, with Dan, Lee, Little Chris, and Kev Steven. The 2 came across them. Christoph jumped in with them. Lee's left. So Lee's doing his own thing now, leaving Lee going under the big heart-shaped flower thing. Bouncing further back, we got Christoph Adam. That group has splintered again. Christoph finds himself alone now with Little Chris 10 seconds back. Oh no, Little Chris is right there. Little Chris is right there with Kev Steven. So there is going to be 3 of them here together. If I go to Christoph and we'll have a little look back. Okay, the other riders are just coming up there. Just coming up. So they are 10 seconds back. Here we go. So here's Little Chris. Kev Stevens just off his right shoulder. Behind him, we've got Pioti. Little groups coming together. So it's kind of like you get into groups merge, groups splinter. That strong group of 4 we had chasing earlier. Dan took off by himself. 2 jumped across to join the remaining 5 there. Paolo said, no, this is not fast enough for me. He took off. It further imploded from there. There was 4 of them left. Lee's gone on his own now, leaving Christoph in no man's land. Little Chris and Kev Steven have now been joined by Pioti. Who else is going to get up there? Okay, so Camille here says he's 30 seconds behind. Alistair Gilbert is only 6 seconds behind Camille, just down the road. He's being closely followed by Primos, David Carrera, the 2 Davids riding side by side. 2 Italians as well. I'm really into the Italian stuff right now. I think I've mentioned before, I am listening. I say read, but I'm not reading it. Listening to the Marco Pontani book. Like, he is so interesting to me. Just a fascinating character. Lately, I just learned today that Marco Pontani loved karaoke. Can you believe that? Marco Pontani, Mr. Shy, Mr. He was very reclusive, very shy, but he loved karaoke. That was his way. I think he was allowed to show himself. Look at this, folks. The two Davids are coming up on Primos right now. Let's have a little look here in the action camera. Check this out, boys. We got three riders here grouping up right now. Alistair's not that far up the road, too. I'm just having a look back. The two Davids are on a tear. Wow. We're going to jump to Alistair right now. Alistair looks like he's closing ground on Camille as well. So these two Davids have just said, let's go. It's time to go. Team Italia, let's rock. Team orders here, perhaps? So they just rode right through Primos, and now they're just going past Alistair. Let's have a look at these riders here. We've got David Cara, and we've got David Brambilla coming up on Camille at the moment. Yeah, these two are just going for it now. Hammer time. They are riding their way up through that little group of riders that's like merged together, splintered, merged together again. It's constantly evolving. So going back to, here's Pioti up ahead now. Riders are just flying up through the field here, folks. Christoph Adam. Lee Williams, riding solo right now. Paolo is just ahead. Oh, this is so good here now, too. Dan Jennings is still out there. So Dan was caught by Paolo before, and now it looks like Paolo's on the back foot, and Dan has moved forward into third place overall. Awesome work, Dan. You too, Paolo. I love seeing these battles back and forth. That's what I'm trying to tell people here. Here comes Paolo back now. When you're racing, don't think, oh, I'm racing number one. You might be. Maybe that's you. You might be racing for 29th place. If you look back at a video from a few weeks ago, it was actually, you know what? It was Jabel Hafit. I think it was last Monday. The 3 watt per kilo group. What I called the best finish of the race was for the final position. The last two riders out there had an awesome little battle out there. The front two did as well. That was another David and Steven Cycles. They had a fantastic battle, but those two battling at the back, like, it just shows there's racing everywhere. You don't have to be at the front. Just do your best, race yourself, and if there's someone else there that you can tangle with, why not? Paolo's on the flats now, pushing the power hard now, folks, trying to get rid of Dan Jennings. Dan's in the draft. He is in the draft, looking sharp. A little further back, so we're going off the tarmac here into a bit more of a gravelly section. It looks like maybe a little bit rougher tarmac asphalt here. Total change in the road surface. These roads look heavy, absolutely heavy. At least we've got a downhill on our sides. Christoph Adam. Ooh, see, there's more stuff going on here. Here we've got Christoph Adam, Pioti, and little Chris all together. The three of them. David Brambilla, David Cara, and Camille. Alistair. Oh, Alistair's having a slight mechanical here. Slight mechanical. Primos is coming up. Come on, Alistair, let's get back to it, man. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. We can do this. By we, I mean you, not me. Okay, let's check out what's going on here. Nelson saying, love the channel. Thank you, Nelson. I really appreciate it. I love the support. I love doing all the cycling stuff. I think it's so fun. Yeah, Steven saying, there's Camille again. He did Jabel Hafit. Yeah, that's right, Steven. I thought so too. So that's the race that Steven was at last week. Nelson's on Ruvi. Okay, cool to know. From Brampton, Ontario, I would assume. Not as cold here as Calgary, my friend. Dude, absolutely. So we had a ton of snow Thursday, Friday. I don't know exactly how much, but the weather warning was saying 20 to 25 centimeters in most area, up to 35 in other. We had at least 20, 25 centimeters of snow. Then the cold settled in. So last night, I think it hit minus 21, and it settled early. I was out for supper last night. Steven, I was going for Indian, then we changed our minds. It's a great Indian place too. The girls didn't want to go there. By the time we got home, it was minus 21, and I think it's slightly warmed up overnight. It was so clear at first, crystal clear sky, great for photography, Steven. And now we got a bit of wind this morning. So it was minus 19 this morning when I went outside at 7 a.m. Minus 33 with the wind chill. There's always the wind chill here. Most people don't even think about what does that mean? It means you just don't even want to go outside. So, hey, Nelson Gaspar, what is your name on Ruby if I don't know you? And if I do know you, I apologize because everyone has different names everywhere. There's Ruby names, YouTube names, Discord names, Strava names. I see them all, and I can't remember them all. So just let me know. Let's get back to the racing, folks. So we got Primoz here, bouncing back up. The two Davids are back together. Back together, folks. 3.2 watts per kilo each. Camille. Yeah, Camille was around last week. Little Chris, and I'm positive Little Chris won the series last time. Again, consistency, folks. Show up for all the events and get as many points as you can. I mean, you can have some events where you don't do as well. Maybe some of these courses aren't suited to you. And this has been pretty climbing heavy already. I mean, if it's good enough for the pros, yeah. Okay, bouncing forward. 7th place, we got Pioti, chasing after Christoph Adam. Lee Williams still doing strong here, riding solo still. How's Dan Jennings doing? Dan Jennings and Paolo right together. Love this. 95, 96 cadence. Heart rate's getting pretty high. Okay, Paolo's heart rate looks like it's out. Looks like his heart rate monitor might be stuck there. Seen that happen before. Dan Jennings, yeah, I'm looking at this going, yeah, working this hard, my heart would be around there too. But yeah, Paolo's, his heart rate monitor's just shut right down. Mirko, see that big jump again. You need a good machine to run this. I mean, and you can see that too, folks. You can even, look at the shadows. You'll even see minor reflections of stuff in the road surface. Right there. There's a high, glossier version. That takes a lot of processing power. No doubt, this application, this platform, you do need some powerful people camping out there having a little party. Ooh, we're getting little drops of rain here, folks. Be careful on the descent. Currently going downhill, 6% grade. Mirko is 18 kilometers in now, leaving 8.9 kilometers to go. Yep, I knew that would happen, so let's let that catch up. Niels Langen, Paolo and Dan riding together. Lee, solo. Christoph, being chased by Pioti here. 1 second gap, folks. Little Chris, only 8 seconds back, 7 seconds back. Little Chris wants to just keep working hard, moving forward. Little Chris, I'm looking at his power here and his watts per kilo. He's my size. Little Chris, right around a 90 kilogram rider. So not that little, but we'll call him Little Chris for now. That's his name, and we're going to use it. David Cara here. Camille. Got 3 of them. So we've got a David sandwich here with Camille right in the middle. Just marking both of them. Watching the one ahead, looking over his shoulder for the one behind. Primoz, going to hang a hard left here. And the other 3 are just up the road. Paulino and Alistair are together. Alistair's back moving. Good. Good stuff. Alistair, if you ever see this, let me know what happened there. I always kind of wonder, I always call it a mechanical. Did you have to answer the door for an Amazon delivery, or did you have a disconnect? I can never really tell. That's one thing I notice on here. When there's 0 power output, so on other platforms, I'll see NA. I'll know, they're disconnected. Either their internet went down bad, or their home Wi-Fi is just not able to keep up. Okay, 11:35 in the morning. Okay, we've got 4 riders coming back together here. I just saw my phone flash up for some reason there. We've got Primos, Paulino, Alistair, and Pasquale Gampaglia. 2 minutes back, we got Juan Ignacio Campos Martinez is riding with George H. These two here. We got Steen. Oh, Steen is on a total solo Lone Wolf McQuaid mission today. I mean, it says Thomas here is 2 minutes behind him. Juan Ignacio is up ahead, 40 seconds ahead. So Steen might have a long solo day. We'll work our way back up. Again, folks, look at the profile in the top right-hand corner. It's constantly up and down, up and down. They might be getting to the point now where it's more downhill than anything else. So if we look where Primos is, let's move ahead a little bit more. Paulino. Actually, it's going to probably be at this barrier, this banner up here. Camille's going through now. Oh, it's going to be a little bit more. Really nice to see these riders ahead. David. Oh, the 2 Davids are on a tear again. On a tear. Camille was wedged between them. Now he's been just pushed out the back. Here's where I'm talking about. This is the very peak of... This is probably our highest altitude, I would say, today. There's going to be more lumps and bumps, but we're moving downhill all the way. Let's bounce up. Little Chris flying now. In 8th place, wants to protect that. He can see riders ahead of him. Pioti and looks like Christoph Adam are just ahead of him, just going around the left-hand band here. Just keeping it on the road around some of these corners, avoiding the parked cars. So let's bounce up to Christoph here. It's only a 3-second gap. Christoph and Pioti here. Rough surfaces again, folks. Rough surfaces. Check out the clouds in the background too. Like a lot of really cool detail. I think this looks fantastic. Absolutely stunning. Let's have a little peek back and see if we can see little Chris. There he is, folks. He's chasing hard. Chasing hard. Christoph Adam. Lee Williams still a solo. So again, lumps and bumps, but overall we're heading downhill. Back to the chat. See what the fans got to say. Okay, and Gaspar, I'll look for you on Ruby. Add you as a friend. So Nelson, have you been watching the channel for quite a while? Have you been watching it for Ruby content? MyWhoosh stuff? What's your favorite thing? Okay, so Ken Law from South Africa was watching the race live on the MyWhoosh platform. Only then do you realize how much more dynamic the race becomes with your live commentary. Hey, Ken, thanks for saying that, man. Thanks for leading me right down that path. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, support the channel where you can. If you don't watch all my videos and you're just catching this one, Saturday, Joey Jojo. We all know the infamous Joey Jojo. That's my wife. Her real name is just Joey. Joey. That is her official name. Her parents had 3 boys. They were expecting a 4th boy in the 70s, and they got a Joey. They got a girl. Oh, here. I'm reading further ahead. Hi, it's Alistair. Chain came off. Okay, cool to know that, man. Awesome stuff. Like, that's what I want to know. Not that you, whatever, right? You have to go answer the doorbell. I've done that before. One time I got off in a race, Caldo Obisque on Ruby. I had to get off my bike to go load Christmas presents in Joey Jojo's car. I wanted to blow my brains out. It was also about -20 outside. I was already saturated in sweat. So running in and out, in rubber boots, no less, in full cycling gear, my hair kind of froze. Luckily, I had Roger there, Roger Jones. He goes by the name of Roger's trainer on Ruby, and he was just soft pedaling. I had to race like a demon to get back up to him. Half killed me. I'm going to move to the front here, folks. I see Mirko's flying. Let's let this pop in. The further we are away, the longer it takes to pop in too. Okay, so how far out are we? Okay, we got a little bit of chit-chat time here, folks. You know I like my chit-chats. Ken, really appreciate saying that. I work hard at this. Joey works hard at this too. This is not her thing. This is my thing. But like I said in my video, I won a lot of points with her yesterday because she watched my video, and I was talking about her being my #1 supporter. She totally is. She probably spent 16 hours that day, off and on, working on my YouTube channel. Like right now, I can see there's something else popping up in the corner. Because I'm not really good at promotion. I'm terrible at at promotion. Okay, this is good here. But yeah, if you can support the channel, if you want to become a member, so here, Here's YouTube 101 for you. You can become a subscriber. That's great. Supports the channel. You can become a member. That's that next step. It's just like a monthly fee. It lets me know that people really like what I'm doing. And so that's the way Joey Jojo is pushing me. Let's move on from that. So Ken, I appreciate all your kind words. Nothing a stitch won't fix. Dan Jennings had a short disconnect about 17 minutes ago. Frustrating. Okay, is this Dan? Is nothing a stitch won't fix Dan Jennings? He is saying he loves the channel. Thank you very much, whoever nothing a stitch won't fix is. Yep, so Alistair's chain came off, so he was battling his chain back on. I wonder if it was one of those quick front chain ring, you're slamming from the low one to the high one, or you're trying to apply some power and you just shift it right off the other side. Happens to me. I did have the bike in last week. I had the front derailleur cable replaced. So it was the rear one that went. I replaced the front one as well, because I thought, why not? I'm here. So we're with Mirko. He's still bombing downhill. He's obviously got first place. Let's do our little jump back to Niels. We're going to have this happen, flying around in the sky. Back to Dan Jennings. Okay, this is where it's going to go off, folks. Just over 7 kilometers to go for these riders here. Dan Jennings and Paulo. So someone was saying that Dan Jennings had a disconnect. Fascinating. And riders, I'm just going to keep saying it every video. I love the support, but that's not what I really want to talk about. Send me some info about yourself. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what other platforms do you ride, why do you do this? It helps the videos. I love it. You'll see how pumped up I get when I notice people from other places, other races. There's been a couple of absolute hitters from MyWhoosh jump into this live chat and talk with us. Like people that are racing for money. So really cool stuff. Okay, so Nelson, he's really into the Ruby content. Watches everything cycling. Okay, yep. Everyone has their different preferences. I'm kind of into all of it, man. But Nelson's really into the Ruby stuff. Well, hey Nelson, how much Ruby content do I have? A lot, right? Probably 200 videos of Ruby content. And it will keep growing. It will keep growing. Don't worry, folks. I am doing some other stuff, but I'm still Ruby. 100%. And then we've got a comment here from this dude. I don't know him, but I love you putting this comment here, dude. I absolutely love it. So Michael Engmark Helligs with a weird little circle on the end with a stripe through it. I don't know what I say to that. Maybe that just means like godlike status. Remember to join the ECKD race, 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm assuming that's European time somewhere. Training Peaks Virtual. Yeah, man, like go check that platform out too, guys. And Michael, thanks for leaving a comment here because I did a Training Peaks review. I've done a couple rides on it. I haven't found the group I'm supposed to follow around. I'm looking for events that, I'm going to have a good number of people. I'm looking for events that are probably all humans. Someone did just say on a video yesterday, or one of my Training Peaks videos, yeah, liked it, but he thought 75% of the riders were bots. I told him in a comment back, look for some of the bigger groups. They'll actually promote humans only, because that's what we want. Bots, okay in like a shooter game. Cycling, I don't want them. Not in this stuff. For these races that I'm doing, that I'm covering for you guys, I want real people. So yeah, appreciate the comment there. And if anyone knows of any events that they think are cool and they'd love to see some coverage and they think that I can add to it, just let me know. You're not bugging me. You're not bothering me. I like doing this. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it a job. That's the next step. Okay, this is really cool. Dan Jennings and Paulo still together. These two are just like a powerhouse duo right now. They're like the Simon and Garfunkel of the cycling world. Where did that come from? I don't even know, folks. Bouncing back, we got Lee Williams still riding solo. Lone Wolf McQuaid, Chuck Norrising it out today, folks. Bouncing back further, fascinating stuff here. Pioti, so Little Chris bridged the gap. He made it. Little Chris, yes, dude. Little Chris was in 8th place, and there was 2 riders ahead of him. Guess what? He caught him. So let me think about it. It was Pioti and I think Christoph Adam. So Little Chris was in 8th. There was 2 ahead of him. That would have been 7th and 6th place. That would have been Christoph Adam and Pioti. Christoph Adam has fell out of that group. Little Chris here, he's got something up the road. He's got something up the road he's going after. Piotr having a struggle here. A little bit of power drop here. Not sure if they're having a mechanical at the moment. Bouncing back to Christoph Adam, who's now going to overtake Piotr. Yep, still zero power, zero power. See, on Ruby, it would say NA. And I'd like, internet dropped. So Piotr struggling there. We got Brambilla, the two Davids. Are they close together? The other one, Brambilla, is just up the road. Have a little look back here. We should see Kara. Yeah, I can just see him in the distance. Okay, good to know. Mirko has finished the race overall. First place, Mirko Foltran. I'm going to check my OBS here, make sure I'm not covering things up, which I am now. Okay, that's what I wanted to do earlier. I just wanted to get my head out of the way. We all know sometimes the head's too big, sometimes it's too small, sometimes it's very max headroom, other times it's just identical to Gordon Ramsay. And I'll take it. I will take it, folks. Give me 1% of his money to do this, and I'll be very happy. Give me 0.001% of his money, and I will happily do this for the rest of my life. Pasquale Giampaglia here with David Cara. Paulino Casada. Group of three there. There's going to be some really nice sprint finishes, folks. And remember here, we're hanging out for everyone. Alistair here, hopefully his chain's holding up. Alistair, I know what it's like. When you drop a chain in an event, after that, you don't even want to shift gear. You don't even want to shift gear anymore. Had it happen a lot. So I've been pretty lucky lately. Last week I had the problem where my derailleur cable was just failing in the middle of a ride. I was doing a climb. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called The Grade. There's a video on the channel about that. And luckily I didn't need... Actually, I only have a 10 speed on the back of this bike. We're going to go to the front here now, only because I think we're going to have some people finishing. Here we go, folks. Almost 4 kilometers out, we got these two. So Niels Langen will be coming in next. He's 35 seconds up the road. You'll see in the top corner here, the left corner, when he crosses the finish line. So I was doing that climb. I've got a 10-speed 105 on my cyclocross bike here. It takes all the abuse. Got a TT bike out there as well, which I absolutely love. I just don't ride outside much anymore. I've also got my Cervelo S3, which I absolutely love. Ultegra Di2 all around. It's a great bike. This, blah, blah, blah. I rarely ride that outside too. So I use this for everything. So I thought, okay, I can switch to my Cervelo. Now it's an 11 speed. I only had 4 gears, maybe 5. Half the block available. I only needed 1 for that climb. Going downhill, I'm like, hey, where is everything? I had nothing. No high end. The next ride, I did another ride right after that. A group ride, pan flat, downhills. I was just out of control. So anyways, I replaced all my cabling. I replaced the handlebar tape. We're looking good now. So yeah, Paolo here with Lee Williams. And yeah, okay, so I keep bouncing to the wrong person. So Dan Jennings and Paolo are together. We're waiting for Niels Langen to finish here. We're sticking with these two. Lee is the rider that's riding completely solo. So we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. As they come in, we'll start bouncing back to the next riders. Probably better for dropping the graphics out. So downhill, so yeah, remember what I said. Flat at the beginning, flat at the end. You can see we're back at the lake level now, so it should be pretty flat down here. We went out into the hills and did all that climbing. So super lumpy, bumpy in the middle, and then flattish. So who's got something left in the tank here? Dan Jennings sitting in the back, getting a bit of a rest at the moment. Still 2.2 kilometers to go. Might have some chat time here. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I'm going to check that ECKD race out. That's Training Peaks Virtual. I think that's a big Danish group. And I think it was Gordon. You know what? There's a couple of Jacksons that I talked to here, or I watch. And one was, I think they were telling me about the ECKD stuff. So just trying to find the right time slot. Like I want a big number of riders because I know if I do videos, I can make it bigger. Look at that guy driving around the corner. Do you see that? Dude, let's ease off a little bit. You don't need to keep it floored around the corner, man. You could have hit Dan here. Dan, ooh, we got a gap for him, folks. We got a gap. Dan has just pulled away. 1 second gap here. Let's hang out with Dan for a second, and we're going to look back and see, can Paulo pull it back? He's back now. He is back now, folks. Had to work, put in some watts there to get back on. back into the lovely draft, the warm bubble of draft. I can hear the dogs going ballistic upstairs. Not sure what's going on today up there, folks. It's a comedy show every day for me up there. This cold sure doesn't help with the animals outside. Feeding them hay, feeding them something called cob, which is corn, oats, barley, molasses. It's like rocket fuel for animals. Dan going ahead again. Paulo's having to react again now. Dan's just trying to slowly wear out Paulo here. Trying to wear him out. Paulo's coming back every time though. Really like this. Really like this. Yeah, so look further back too. Look at little Chris. He's worked his way up the field. Little Chris, send me a message, dude. Send me a message. Paulo attacking now off the front. So 15 minutes ago, little Chris, he was in 8th place. Vaulted his way up to 5th now. All that downhill descending. Yeah, it was really good to see that. Really good to see that. Hey, folks, you know what I'm really excited about? I'm really excited about 3.9 coming out. Apparently, it's next month. We're almost at next month. Make it be December 1. Make it be December 1. Make it be December 1. Fingers crossed. Who knows? It'll be December 31st. Well, it's possible. Actually, you know what? It's going to be a Christmas gift. It's going to come out right before Christmas. We're going to get a new world, I hope. And I really hope we're getting a new season's pass so I can jump in, spend some money, real monies, and I'll go through the whole thing. And I'll talk all about it. I'll let you know what it's all about. I'll tell you about all the goodies you can get. 500 meters to go. Dan Jennings, Paulo, let's rock, dudes. I need to say gadoosh when this goes off. 2.8, 3 watts per kilo range. Paulo may be getting a little bit more draft right now. Just coming over Dan's shoulder, putting himself in the lead position. Dan, just hang back, dude. Just hang back. Get some of that draft. Jump to Dan for a second. Oh, here we go, folks. Dan just lights it up here, folks. 9 watts per kilo plus. And Paulo is out the back real fast, folks. Dan takes that one easy. Paulo coming in second, separated by maybe 1.5 seconds, folks. So when I say easy, not that easy, but they were right together. Dan just jumped at a better point there. Dan was pushing in excess of 9 watts a kilo. Paulo, 6.5. We've got Lee Williams coming in next, currently 600 meters from the finish. Will finish solo. Okay, so yeah, love all the new comments. Nelson, great to meet you. I hope you hang out with us more. Same with Michael here, Michael Engmark. I'm just saying that because I can't figure out the last name. Ollie G, who I believe, I don't actually know who Ollie G is because he's saying that Alistair's chain came off. His chain came off, so I think he's talking about Alistair. I think Alistair's brother was in here one time cheering him on. Pretty sure. Hey, remember, folks, too, when you cross that finish line, I want to see emotes dropping. I want to see who's actually listening to the video. I love the emotes. So video game. So Lee Williams here will get a 5th place finish. Awesome job. Sorry, folks. Little Chris will get 6th. It's because one of our riders, Mirko. So when you're looking at the right-hand side of the screen, that's currently not the leaderboard. That's just showing the number of riders. Kind of as a leaderboard, because one leader's gone. That pushes Chris back another spot. He will be 6th place on the left-hand side of the screen. I always forget to explain that. So this is showing all the riders. Leaderboard's over here. And of course, that's probably backwards. So yeah, little Chris coming in next. Awesome job. He's already racking up good points at the beginning. Put a 20-second gap into him and Pioti. Pioti next. Ooh, yes, folks. So we know G. Pioti will finish solo, but check this out. Pasquale. Oh, we've got a 3-up sprint coming, folks. 3-up sprint. Here we go. David, Pasquale, and Christoph Adam. Heart rates are jacked. Heart rates are 160 plus. Yes. High cadence. They're all spinning good now. 99, 86, and 87 here. Over 100 now, folks. Currently 500 meters to the finish. Who wants to go on a long shot? Who's going to throw a Hail Mary pass now, folks? The long bomb. Let's go, folks. Let's go. Get it, boys. Get it. Who's going to light this one up? Who's going to light it up? These 3 names, actually, too, these are all brand new names to me. So they're finally getting involved in the racing with the OTR series here. Fantastic stuff. Power's going up now, folks. 7 watts a kilo out of David, just pulling away from Christoph Adam. Going back to Pasquale, he just came over Christoph Adam's shoulder. So there we go, folks. Pioti got 7th. Sorry, Pioti was already done. David Brambilla, Pasquale, and Christoph Adam. Christoph Adam did ride quite a while by himself too, so maybe he had a little bit of fatigue setting in. Got Paulino, who will be coming in. See what I'm saying here? This is how you learn it. He's showing up as the 7th rider here. He will finish 11th over here. Riders have already dropped out. They're doing a recovery ride somewhere. They're doing a cool down on another route perhaps. David Carra's coming in with Camille. Let's go, Camille. I saw you at Jebel Hafit. That's a fantastic climb, folks. I've yet to do it. I'm going to learn a lot more about the platform. Wondering if I can set someone up as like a virtual partner, as a ghost, to ride up it with. Just to kind of pace me at a good pace. David just holding it. Camille's coming now, folks. Will he get him at the line? 10 watts a kilo, folks. I think Camille got him. Camille. I'm saying Camille. They gave it to... Oh, Camille did get it. Look at the difference. 13.987 seconds. We're going to go back to Juan Ignacio here because he's coming next. 13.987 seconds for Camille. 14.086 for David. So close, folks. Camille had better finishing speed at the line. Just moving up fast. He was moving considerably faster. Then we're going to have Juan Ignacio come in. Alistair's coming next. Primo's coming in on a flyer, though. Alistair emoting. That's a win right there, Alistair. I think you should be moved up 5 spots just for doing that. Just for doing that, folks. If you're emoting, I'm noticing. Awesome stuff. Sorry about the chain drop, Alistair. I heard all about that. It happens, though, right? Back to the chat. Okay, so... Oh, Dan Jennings is here, too. Dan, awesome ride, dude. Awesome ride. Really good stuff, Dan. So Dan Jennings just popped into the live chat, folks. This is what happens over here. The racers are coming into the chat. Hey, and racers, just so you know, too, I'm looking for some people to be guests on my little podcast I'm doing. It's just been kind of simmering forever. It's probably going to be multi-platform. I want to talk to people. I want to learn about them. I want to know why they wear bikes, racing backgrounds. I know a lot of people who have raced bikes in the past. But yeah, Dan Jennings gets a nice, strong 3rd place today to start this series off. And he's now sitting in the chat room with me. Awesome stuff. Dan says, great ride, everyone. That's true. Great ride by everyone. Okay, so George is... I think George might be done. No, George has just come to the finish line now. Just taking a chill coming home. Up next, we'll have Steen. Little jump back to Steen there. Steen's got 1.8 kilometers to go, but he's moving along quite nicely. Just pushing over 2 watts per kilo. We got Thomas behind him. Another Pasquale Riccici coming up behind him. I'm making pasta tonight, everyone. This is my life. Home alone. Colin's home alone today, folks. With the dogs. Keeping the fires going. Yeah, like... When it's this cold out, that wood stove never goes off. In fact, most of the time when it's this cold, I don't even let the fire go out to change the ashes. I have this 5-gallon steel bucket, like a paint bucket. I just scoop in there and get rid of some of the ash, whatever I can, and get it out of the house. Please do not throw it in your garbage dumpster because it will burn all your garbage, like happened to me last winter. I saw some smoke and I'm like, well, that's funny. Walked over there. I'm like, all my garbage was gone. It was right full. Everything burned overnight. Like, I don't even know if there's flames coming out of it or what. There should have been, and probably some terrible fumes. So George H. finished in 17th. Steen's coming next. So get in these events, folks. OTR puts on great events over on MyWhoosh. Well organized. Great point system. It's all tracked. It's all reported on Facebook. You get to see the results. It's not like you have to go scrambling deep looking for them. Where was that? There, it's all shown there for you. It's all separated by. I think it takes about a day or so, and then they get the age category sorted out. Because, like I said, that's another thing too. You're not just racing against the first place guy who might be half your age. You're racing, there's some age category stuff to look at. So, you can compare yourself apples to apples. So Steen now is, it looks like he's 900 meters from the finish on this long straightaway here. Nice and flat. A little bit of false flatty. Down. We always like that. So I'm not even sure what my bike ride's going to be today. This event was an hour earlier than last week. Almost missed it. Thank you, Steven Cycles, for telling me it started in 2 hours because I was thinking 3 hours. That's just me not checking the schedule properly. So yeah, we got 6 weeks of this, folks. 6 weeks. And I will check after this with Jim and see if it's a best 5 of 6. Because if it is, I'm going to recruit a bunch of people to come over and take part in this. Like I said earlier, all the other series, you can drop one out. Like the Veteran Series and the Flaming Fast Racing on Tuesday series. So you can have one poor week. You can have 1 week where you have to go to some, your children's musical choir for Christmas. The choir that you don't want to go to, but you do because your kid's there. That concert. Oh, our Audi R8 just took that corner. Look at them coming in, folks. Are we on a racetrack? What is going on here? Look at these cars bumbling. It looks like a G-Wagon coming in. Oh, I love it. So cool. Love all the extra stuff going on. It brings life to the worlds. I'm still going to start... Ooh, look at that. Still going to start looking for Easter eggs that are hidden in the world. I'm going to find them all. Steen will be finishing in 18th place. Thomas Simonson, about 1.5 kilometers out. Almost done his ride for the day. No more chat activity. So yeah, after this, I'm going to... I got to figure out my editor. Yeah, that's something I'm working on here too. I'm working on a good video. You're going to like it. Trust me. You're going to like it. It is cycling related, okay? It's going to be different than this. I realize I need to make other videos too. I think you're absolutely going to love it. And if you do, please support the channel. Remember, self-funded 10x10 cube of excitement and agony at the same time. Just driving forward, folks. Driving forward. Pushing forward. Someday I will be noticed by the right people. Someday I will. And then you'll see. Don't tell me I can't, folks. Don't tell me I can't. Everyone can do it. Put your mind to it and you can do it. Consistency, consistency. Don't get discouraged. Thomas here doing a good job. Norwegian rider. Just over 2.5 watts a kilo. Hey, and also, folks, too, anyone watching this, anyone who knows someone here, make sure you tell them that they're in the video. Because I find out people, like, I've met people say over on Ruby, like, man, I didn't even know you had a channel. Like, dude, you just found me now? I've been doing this for a year and a half. So tons of content to watch. I'm not even sure who goes back and watches the old races, but yeah, I'm not really sure how good those videos do. Okay, so Thomas is coming in. Then we're going to have Pasquale. A lot of Audis here, folks. We got, Morrow and Kev Frost here. Kevin Frost. I don't know why I just called you Kev. There's a Kev Stevens somewhere. Wasn't there? Yes, there was a Kev Stevens. Where did Kev Stevens finish? Where is Kev Stevens? Wasn't there a Scottish rider here called Kev Stevens? Dan Jennings. He was part of the Dan Jennings Club at first with Lee Williams and Little Chris. I wonder if he had a problem. He hasn't finished. Where is that Scottish rider? Ooh. I think he made an issue and he's gone, folks. So I think Kev Stevens left. Whatever that may be, you just never know. You don't know. I've done so many rides, so many races. It'll honestly be like, why did that guy quit? But his kids came home and they were wrecking the house. His dog was tearing the house apart. Like, you just don't know sometimes. Okay, folks. 1 kilometer up for these two. This will probably be our last sprint today, I think. We've only got... Oh, yeah, okay, here's Kevin Frost. Kevin Frost is with Morrow. Okay, yeah. The other one I'm positive was Kev Stevens. Yeah, it's probably be at the front of the video somewhere. So these two are probably going to have a little sprint action. And then I think Merrick is still sitting in the start chute. We're going to see Merrick when we come through the start chute here. Start finish. He's still parked in the start chute, I believe. I better check that. Let's see. No, he's not. So that's not the rider. There is a rider in that start chute when you come to the finish line. Okay, Kevin Frost is getting back on. Get in that draft, dude. Get in the draft, Kevin. Let Morrow lead you out a little bit more. 600 meters to go. Oh, look at this. They're just tickling the pedals now. They're just like, they're not even touching. They're just looking at the pedals almost. They're taking it really easy, waiting for that massive torque drop where you think you're going to like snap your cranks in half. I love that feeling. You know, give it a nice 14 watt per kilo dig. That's what you need to do. Let's go, boys. Let's go. 400 meters out. Kevin Frost is leading all the way. Morrow's getting a nice little draft here. Are these two going to sprint or are they going to finish as allies? Kevin's picking it up now, folks. Just drops a quick 7-8 watts per kilo. Sprinting away. Taking 19th place. Morrow doesn't even react. Says, yep. See you later, sir. There's that rider I'm talking about in the start chute. You can see him right here. Just never got started. Signed up. Joined. Probably backed out to do something else. Jumping back again. We got Ferran here. And then, oh, TT is still moving. Okay, so TT's still out there. I'm seeing power, and then power's dropping. They're way further back. Still moving, though. Great to see that. I am going to jump back. Let's see what happens. We're going to have some little dropout here. As I said, takes a couple seconds to work its way in. You're never going to see that when you're riding because you won't be bouncing around like me. So, that's why we got no power. So, TT79 is now on the downhill segment. They're rolling along through the downhills. Still 11.7 kilometers to go for TT here. Jumping back to the chat. I think the chat's really quieted down now, folks. Think what I'll probably do today, we're going to bounce forward and see Ferran here. Morrow. Okay, so those riders are all done. Pasquale's done. Pasquale Riccici finished in 20th, yes. Okay. There's Pasquale. I shouldn't have done that. Back to Ferran here. So Ferran's going to finish in 23rd overall. Still got 3.5 kilometers to go. TD79, keep moving, dude. Keep moving. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. There's more weeks to come. There's 5 more weeks of racing to come, folks. What are we looking at time here, folks? I'm trying to watch my day carefully. 12:07 for me. I think what I'll probably do is I'm probably going to end the stream right away here, only because we know right now there's only 2 riders left out there. They're separated by, 6 or 7 kilometers, I think. I believe so. Ferran is at kilometer 24. He's going to finish in 3 kilometers. And then TD79 is at 16.2 kilometers. So we got an 8 kilometer split there. So that's going to take a while for them to finish. Going at that pace, they're going to finish in 23rd. I better have a look here. 23rd and 24th overall. So great job, guys. Make sure you come back and race next week. Make sure you get in the video. Get in the video. Send me some messages. Chat in the... did I mention my Discord? So you can check out the Inside Cycling World Discord. You'll find a link at the top of the channel in like the little descriptor area. I don't think I have a link in the video itself, but just go to the channel. Please subscribe. I really hope all the racers subscribe to my channel. Like, I really do. Join the Discord, and when you get in there, you're going to find different platforms. You're going to find a Ruby platform. You're going to find a MyWhoosh platform. There's some Zwift, and there is Training Peaks as well. That's probably the one that I probably put the least amount of time into. Guys, I do this every day. Every day. People are like, must be great that you're retired that you can do it. I'm not retired. I just don't have a job. Just a weird world I live in right now, folks. So I'm trying to make this my full-time thing. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. NBC, whoever's listening, Eurosport, Flow Bikes. Just give me a call. I'm gonna put my phone number in the description for the video. There's no reason why you don't call me. Make it happen today, folks. Again, folks, thanks for supporting the channel, Inside Cycling World. I'm Colin. More videos coming soon. So tomorrow, don't forget, Tuesday, OTR event. Flaming Fast Tuesdays. Flaming Fast Racing on Tuesdays. I always mix it up. Get into that one too, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we got the Veteran Series on Friday. There'll be more stuff coming throughout the week. Oh, I do have some more racing coming this week for MyWhoosh too. Wednesdays, I got a couple of events coming. Check it out, folks. I'll have to go find where they are and get the name of them. I don't even know that yet. I've committed to it, so I'm doing it. And of course, I'll have stuff from the other series. We'll see you again real soon. Thank you for watching my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks, everyone.